Hello Scorpio, so I'm doing your weekly tarot read for April the 29th to May the 6th. I'm going to take a look at what is going on in your situation. We'll find out why it's happening. We're looking at what's going on in your blind spot, figuring out what it is that's working for you at this time. And of course, we're seeing how it is likely going to play out, okay? So you have got that old chestnut, divine timing, right? Now, whenever you see this message, Scorpio, it is a reminder that it won't work out if you try and force something to go your way or to go as quickly as what you'd like it to, okay? This one is a reminder that there is a time and a place for everything, okay? And often when you feel that you're coming up against a lot of resistance, which isn't always internal, right? If you feel like you are coming up against a lot of resistance and things are just like so friggin' hard and, you know, it's just not working, that's usually a signal, sometimes, because again, time and a place for everything, to back off ever so slightly, okay? Especially when we're on about divine timing, okay? If you just back off just a little bit and see what happens, okay? This one is the wait and see approach. Do something else in the meanwhile, okay? Keep yourself busy, keep yourself occupied in the meanwhile, and just wait and see what happens. Because not everything, we're not going to be able to coordinate everything perfectly. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes life just be that way, right? Sometimes the universe has got other plans, right? So yeah, this is the situation. I'm going to take a deeper dive into that one in a minute with the tarot. I just really want to pull out the rest of your cards first. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, feminine energy, which is it's the state of being. Over and above the state of doing. So the state of doing is the masculine. The state of being is divine feminine. Okay? Now, this one works directly with everything that I've just told you. This is a message of just be. For this week, just be. There's no need to force yourself to do anything. No need to push yourself to do everything. This combination is just take it one day at a time. That's it. Okay? If you do have any deadlines or anything like that you have to meet, then obviously, yes, they are going to be your focus. But anything over and above that, maybe just back off a little bit. Okay? Divine feminine energy, obviously, is all about fertility, growth, abundance. I feel with this one that you're being guided towards the patience approach. All right. Can you tell us more? Also, I want to say as well, if there's something that you have left abandoned for a while, something creative, this is going to be the week for you to pick that back up again, okay? So for example, if you used to play music and you've not done it for a while, this is going to be the week for you to play music again. If you love to sing, but you haven't sung anything in a while, this is going to be the week for you to fucking sing, okay? Drawing, making something, anything and everything creative or artistic is going to be to the forefront whenever you're seeing this feminine energy coming out. Okay? So, let's take a look. Can you tell us more about the situation for Scorpio? Okay, I'm picking up on Taurus energy. I don't know why that would be. I guess we'll have to wait and see. We'll pull more cards and we'll see. Okay. I'll tell you what I'll do, Scorpio. I'm going to grab another deck a minute before we get into this, because it's kind of bugging me now. I've picked up on that Taurus energy feel and it's not leaving me. So I'm going to ask, what's this Taurus energy that's going on for Scorpio? Now, I need to ask it separately because obviously it's not going to resonate for everyone. Okay. What's this Taurus energy that I'm picking up on? You know someone who's a Taurus that you haven't spoken to in a while? You got the Five of Pentacles, the Star, the World, and the Eight of Cups. I mean, okay. You might have like an old friend or something that is a Taurus. I feel here that they are giving you some sort of information. That was a car, not me. If that came through in the microphone, it was not me. Okay, so this individual is giving you some information here. Could be about a Leo. I mean, yes, you do have Taurus energy here as well. A Scorpio or an Aquarius. They're giving you information about this person. About how they're not happy. So either a Taurus or an Aquarius is not happy. And they're trying to get back in touch with you here. Kind of looks like they're wanting some sort of closure. Okay. It's definitely somebody that you've not dealt with for a while. Okay. So again, not going to resonate for everyone. Just keep an open mind. Just a bit of a bonus message there. Okay. So yeah, if I'm picking up on that energy heavy Scorpio, it usually means that they have been thinking about you for quite a while and considering in their head, okay, shall I contact Scorpio? Shall I let them know this? I think Scorpio would really want to know this information. Okay. There's kind of like this internal debate there that's going on. Anyway, getting back to this one, your main timeline with your divine timing and feminine energy. You've got the Eight of Cups and another 8, the Eight of Wands. Look out for number 8 this week. I do feel that the number 8s are going to be jumping out at you. 2 8s back to back indicates surprises. And I feel that this is actually a pleasant surprise that's coming your way, Scorpio. Please don't freak out and panic. We're automatically suspicious, aren't we? Whenever someone mentions about surprises, straight away our brain thinks, fuck. What's this now? Right? This feels pleasant. It feels very unexpected. It feels welcome. All right. That's about all the information I could give you there. And of course, number 8, you are 8th house, so that makes total sense there as well. It can indicate advancement and evolution in some situations. Okay, so there is absolutely a situation here, Scorpio, that is moving forward. Okay. That 8 of Cups there is you backing off. Okay. So Spirit's being crystal clear with you guys here. Funnily enough, similar to the messages. Now that this is spooky, because you can go back through the videos from the past couple of weeks. You can see it down the list. Taurus and Aquarius, both fairly recently, have had a similar message about how they're needing to back off as well in order to successfully manifest. Okay. I'm just thinking about that now. That is kind of spooky. It's very, very spooky. So there's definitely a connection there. All right. I might not always be able to join up the dots. Right. This is the thing. I might not be able to always do that. Sometimes, especially when my brain is working properly, I'm shit hot at being able to join things up. Other times, most of the time, I'm quite slow on the uptake for joining dots. So the information that I can give you, I will absolutely give you. Okay, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be up to your own discernment to figure out how the dots join. Okay, and you might instantly know. You might realize it after the thing has happened. Either's fine. Either is absolutely fine. Okay. There are powerful connections here, though, to the I'm seeing it like a triangle. Do you know what I mean? I'm seeing like your energy at the top, and then you've got Aquarius energy down to the left, and then you've got Tyrian energy to the right hand side of the triangle. Is weird. It's really weird. It's definitely connected. And both of these energies are kind of coming straight up towards you. Do you know what I mean? Let's find out. Let's find out. Can you tell us more about this Eight of Wands? What is this nice surprise that's coming in for Scorpio? What are we allowed to see? Oh, the Devil off balance. Well, I mean, okay. Scorpio, it's not like a gift, like a physical or a material type gift or a monetary type gift. It's not that. The nice surprise, and I hope you're sitting down, is there is some absolute see you next Tuesday. Very well known for being a full-blown twat. They are actually getting their comeuppance here. And it's a nice surprise for you, because the Devil energy, I'm picking up on this one as being very, very scary for you. Right? So I feel like it is a person who used to terrify you. They're getting their comeuppance. Or they've already gotten their just desserts here in some capacity. Okay. Yeah, the Knight of Wands. That is one of the 2 people that I've picked up on in your energy that is coming at you. You've not spoken to those people in a while. And they're like, Scorpio, did you hear this? Did you hear what's happened to such and such? Whoever that twat is. Did you hear what's happened to them? Right. Again, pinpoint, accurate, specific, in-depth details is way out of my forte, Scorpio. I'm not a psychic. I'm an intuitive. Okay. I can only give you what I got. I'm just looking at that Devil now, and I'm feeling this overwhelming sense of relief. Like, genuinely. It feels like it's saying finally. Okay. Interesting. Why is this happening? New day. Okay. So, dawn of a new day. This is the start of a entirely new chapter for you guys. Okay. So, you no longer have to feel like you're living your life constantly watching over your shoulder. That is no way for anybody to live. Okay. It isn't. Again, I understand the reasons why that could have been a thing. You no longer have to feel like you're living in a box. Okay. This is a dawn of a new day. This is a very real, tangible opportunity now for you to start doing what you want to do. All right, because that devil energy has no longer got any kind of grasp on you. Okay, now I know that someone is likely going to ask. I don't do readings on illnesses, pregnancy, death, anything like that. Okay, I do not do readings on that. I don't predict that sort of thing. It's just completely against my ethics. All right, like I said, I can only give you what I've got, and I don't know how this person's getting their comeuppance. All right, you're going to hear about it soon enough, and I very much suspect you're going to hear about it actually 8 days. 8 days from now. So possibly, because this reading is up until May the 6th, you might hear about it on May the 7th, pushing it May the 8th. May the 8th would actually make a lot more sense. Thereabouts, okay. But again, discernment and be responsible. Put in time on readings can be really, really dodgy at the best of times, okay. Because remember, first card out, divine timing. Yeah, divine timing. This is friggin' soon though. Right, can you tell us more about why this is happening? Did I just see a card that was flipped over? No, I didn't. Okay, I could have sworn I saw a card that had been flipped over there, Scorpio. It always freaks me out when that happens. Right. Okay. Why this is happening. The Emperor, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Well, I mean, because your life has probably been put on pause to a certain extent. Okay. Whether you were consciously aware of it or not, there was an element of you holding yourself back, right? There definitely was in some capacity, because now you've got the Chariot energy that's coming out, which is saying the path is clear. It's time to move things forward now. This is also a card of freedom and victory. Okay, you taking hard control also with the Chariot, because there are no reins on any, usually. If you've got a deck that has got reins on the Chariot card, that's a very rare thing to have. Okay, because 9 times out of 10, there are no reins on the Chariot, which indicates that the strength of a person's willpower in order to take the hard control, in order to move things forward. Okay. Another card of hard control, the Emperor. Okay. So, why is this happening? You're not being given your power back, Scorpio. You're goddamn taking it back. Okay. This is you full on asserting yourself in a healthy way. This is also you totally leaning into what it is now that interests you, what it is now that fascinates you, what it is that you're wanting to lean into. Okay, this is you being unashamedly you. Okay, why is this happening? Because for far too long you've been afraid to do that. I don't know the reasons why, okay? You might know the reasons why, or it could be subconscious reasons why for you. Either way, in some capacity, you had been doing it, right? And you're no longer going to be in that sort of mindset or mind frame, okay? Discernment in your blind spot. Yep. Always use your discernment every day of the week. Can you tell us more about this discernment message for Scorpio's blind spot, please? It's strange because I'm looking at that card as well, and I'm getting, I mean, that's not even an olive, or an olive branch, right? But I'm looking at that, I'm getting like, yeah, this is an olive branch here. Because I think that that's supposed to be like petals or something there, but I'm actually seeing that as a wall. And with it being blue, it's communications. There's like Scorpio. I feel like there's a wall of text. Yeah, someone's sending you a wall of text. And the person who's sending you this huge wall of text, you haven't spoken to them in a long, long time. And the first that you're hearing back from them again is this huge wall of text. And it could well be to offer you some sort of olive branch here, okay? What is this discernment for Scorpio's blind spot? Oh. Ha! Did you see that? It's your major arcana, but when it came out of the deck, it was still making contact with the card underneath it, like that. The Ten of Wands and the Moon. Huh. It's like in your subconscious, it's almost like you just assumed that the way that things currently are for you, which by all means is quite difficult, was the way that it was always just going to be. Or that this devil energy here that has been hanging over your head would always just be there. But that's not the case. Because you've got your major arcana, the Ten of Wands, and then the Moon, all in your blind spot, clarifying discernment. I feel like Spirit's asking for you to go within and for you to try and figure out what is it that you're really afraid of. Let's take a look. What is this Moon? Oh, Nine of Wands. Okay, yeah, I think that was still there from the last time that I'd moved the deck, actually. But again, everything that happens in your reading is actually part of the read as well. So I had completely forgotten that I hadn't shuffled the deck. That's definitely communication. That's definitely a message. Yeah, definitely. You got your major arcana coming out again. It's under there. Five of Swords. Okay. It's like I'm feeling out this energy, and like it's saying you can lay down your weapons. So you no longer have to fight. You no longer have to be afraid. You no longer have to worry about what might happen. Do you know what I mean? Okay, can you tell us more about this Moon? Ah, okay, the Four of Cups, and that's come out off balance. Rejection. In your subconscious, have you been rejecting yourself in some capacity, elements of yourself? Or have you finally understood and realized where and why certain other people have been or had been rejecting you? And you realizing actually that was total projection. So it was. Because if you keep in mind, we're clarifying the Moon. The Moon doesn't have any light of its own. The Moon can only reflect the light of the Sun. Do you know what I mean? So all of these, I feel like all of these years of you believing that there might well have been something wrong with you, okay, because of the way that others have been treating you, you're starting to see that differently now. You're recognizing that as it being entirely their own projections here. Discernment, right? You're discerning the difference between what legit belongs to you and what is within your control, okay? So for example, if we've got any like annoying habits that might push people away, do you know what I mean? Like we've all got our things, don't we? No one's perfect. So we would stop doing those annoying habits in order to stop irritating people, because we don't want to be pushing people away, right? So we changed that up. But I feel here, because it's the moon, it's like invented reasons, made up reasons, bullshit reasons, basically. And then you now being able to see through other people's bullshit projections here. So you're discerning the difference between, what is yours and what is not. And it's on the topic of rejection. Okay. Slow but steady for what is working for you. Yeah, literally. Very similar message to what we had right at the start of your reading, Scorpio. It's like Spirit's doubling down on that particular message. Okay. Slow, steady progress. Ooh, Six of Cups and the Sun. Okay. For what's working for you, focus on building happy memories, beautiful memories, with those who mean the most to you. Okay. Focus on growth, abundance, positivity. Not toxic positivity, because that's something else entirely different. Okay. We got to keep it real. But ultimately, it's all about not getting dragged down into the darkness. Okay. Staying above it all. And you focusing on what is truly, truly important. And creating those beautiful memories. New beginnings. For how this is likely going to play out. Like, goes hand in hand with new day. Okay, can you tell us more for these new beginnings for Scorpio, please? Interesting. King of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Queen of Swords. Huh. That's a really interesting combination, that is. I kind of feel like these three people, even though they're of different suits, I feel like these three are all on the same page here. Let me see. This King of Pentacles is doing something here. Something to do with research. What's this King of Pentacles doing? Okay, Nine of Wands. And a Two of Pentacles off balance. Right. I mean, that could be a very grounded, realistic individual. It could be someone who's good with numbers. So like a financial advisor or anything like that. It's someone who is trying to weigh up the pros and cons here. Definitely doing some further research. And I feel here, like they are passing a message on to someone else who's then going to give you the good news. It's like whoever this King of Pentacles is, they're trying to make something watertight here. They're trying to make it watertight so that this new beginning can go ahead. And really interesting how they're saying watertight, because again, I'm looking at that card. You got eggs in the nest there, and then under that branch you've got this butterfly and some flowers. This branch is shielding this butterfly from getting wet. Okay, it's okay if the eggs get wet, not okay if the butterfly gets wet, because if the butterfly gets wet, it's going to put its life in immediate danger. That's why you don't see moths and butterflies out in the rain. Not usually. There's a message here about a King of Pentacles that's trying to make something watertight on your behalf. They're looking into something here for you, and then they send another person to contact you. What's this Queen of Swords? Okay, yeah, Ten of Pentacles, that one's come out off balance. So it's to do with long-term goals and ambitions. Five of Swords. Okay, there's competition here. The Lovers, the Emperor, the Ace of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. Right. The Lovers would certainly indicate that there are multiple people here. That you're going to have to speak to multiple different people, get your information from lots of different resources. I mean, I'm definitely sensing that you're coming out on top here. There is some sort of victory. The Six of Swords. Finally able to now move on. You're initiating or instigating a new project or a new plan that's going to require multiple people to be on the same page. And I feel like that plan is going to work perfectly. What's that Ten of Pentacles? A Page of Swords off balance. Okay, I mean, that feels to me like hidden money, hidden assets of some type that people are arguing over. Okay. It's a bit weird. Or someone's using you, maybe? To hide their assets? I don't know. I'm not going to look into anything like that. That kind of sounds a bit illegal to me, actually. The Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck to stop anyone else from taking it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like I'm looking at it and I'm like, it feels a little bit dodgy, but it's not dodgy. It's just like a loophole or something to protect someone's assets, but it's not strictly illegal. It kind of feels like a tax dodge or something. I don't know. I'm not going to look into that because that's a bit weird. You do you, right? But again, discernment, okay, because not all of these messages are going to be for everyone, of course. You have a healing message for Scorpio. I actually feel, I'm looking at that now, and I feel like it's saying the best way for you to protect what you have, Scorpio, is to make sure that no one else finds out what it is that you have. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if you come into, like, a huge pay rise or an investment is suddenly paying off, or an inheritance or anything like that, the best way to keep that protected is to not let on to anybody that you've got it, right? Because what people don't know, they won't know what to attack. And this one, for your healing message, Karmic Justice. And it came out the deck, off balance. You might have lost faith that karmic justice was ever going to happen. But it's happening. It is absolutely happening. If you seek the balance of karma, then this card is a positive sign that whatever the outcome of a particular situation, it will be a fair one. Karmic justice does not look the same for everyone because we have different values and desires. Don't expect the repercussions to be immediate or of the same nature, but they will be of equal worth. However, if your own efforts have been unfair, then this card could also mean that it's time to accept the consequences, yeah. So, consider what side of the karmic table you're sitting on. Okay. Put bias and prejudice aside and open your heart. The endless knot on this card symbolizes wisdom, compassion, and balance in the universe. And then it says, use this card when you seek justice. When injustice happens, it can be hard to recognize the pattern in nature that will rebalance the unfair act. Justice will be served, but it's no longer in your hands. The beetle on this card, the beetles on this card are about to receive equal results if they both pull the lever with equal strength. Imagine the movement of this abstract scale coming into balance. And then your positive affirmation is, the energy we spend is the energy we receive. Yep. Every day of the week. Okay. So there's some sort of karmic rebalancing that's going on then. Right, so equal value. That's the key to hold on to. Equal value. Right, let's take a look at some wonderful words of wisdom from the Swear Tarot, just to uplift the reading. Okay, swearing and sarcasm can definitely be expected. I said it was a good surprise, didn't I? You're going to receive a pleasant and unexpected fucking surprise. Okay? I clocked that right from the start, that there was a pleasant surprise coming. Oh, you're being bitchy. Stop it. Yeah, so if you feel tempted to, I don't know, go off on a tangent or whatever, just be careful of that. Take action on your kick-ass ideas. Yep. And something smells like shit. Pay attention to your intuition. Okay. That is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. For personal reads with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.